I graduated college down in Birmingham, Alabama, and headed up to Nashville to figure out how to break into the music industry. I think I was just trying to put off the real world for as long as I could. But back then, I used to think that the way to get a record deal was to start a band and get discovered in a honky-tonk bar somewhere. So I got up to Nashville and I discovered this whole songwriting community, these guys and gals who were writing songs for a lot of the artists who already had record deals and who were on the radio at the time. So I fell in with a crowd of these folks and started writing songs, trying to get them recorded by other artists. So after 2 years of no luck, they say it's a 10-year town, so I was hunkered down ready for the long haul. But after 2 years of no luck, I caught a big break, and somehow Kenny Chesney heard a song that I had written. And which is cool for me. The first song I ever learned on guitar was a Kenny Chesney song. So I got a call and found out he wanted to record a song, so he did. He put it out on the radio. So this kind of helped me get my foot in the door in the music business. Fast forward about 4 or 5 months, Billy Currington recorded the song that I'd written, and then Keith Urban recorded the song that I'd written. So I got a call from a record label one day, and they said, "Do you want to make an album of your own?" And I said, "Absolutely." So after writing for other people for about 3 years, I had to figure out what I wanted my songs to sound like. So I took a little experimenting. After about 18 months, one afternoon, I wrote this next song here with a couple buddies of mine, and I remember leaving that day thinking, all right, I finally got the first song from my very first album. I built my whole first album around this one song, so this is probably the most important song of my career, I guess you could say. It was a breakthrough moment for me. Kind of a blend of my country music roots. I grew up in Georgia, loving country music, but also there was a lot of R&B music. I grew up about an hour outside of Atlanta, so loved R&B music as well. And this song sort of straddles the fence between those two influences. It's been a little while since this one came out, but if y'all remember it, y'all sing it with me. I don't know if you were looking at me or not, you probably smile like that all the time. I don't mean to bother you, but couldn't just walk by and not say hi. And I know your names, everybody in here knows your name. I met this young lady and I wanted to take her out on a date, so I wanted to do something unique. And I'd heard from a buddy of mine about this place out at the airport where somebody had cut the fence and you could drive out there, pull the fence back, and pull your truck right up to the runway where the planes take off. So this is back before security got real tight at airports, and I halfway believed him, but the young lady agreed to join me that night. We drove out to the airport. Sure enough, I found where somebody had cut the fence and turned my headlights off on the truck, and I pulled the fence back, and we drove through the tall grass. And we parked the truck right behind the runway, got up on the hood of the truck, and we laid there and started talking. And we'd watch these big 747 planes as they would take off. They'd be coming dead at us down the runway, like they were going to crash into the front of the truck, and then, I don't know, 50 or 60 yards out in front of us, they'd start to lift off. And it felt like we could have reached up and touched them, but they sort of disappeared into the night sky right above us. And it was a romantic way to spend a Friday evening on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. We were having a big time. Everything was going according to plan. But unfortunately, before the night was over with, we both found ourselves sitting in the back of a cop car.